have our awesome guest, Ada Luz, who is an amazing actress and producer. We're so happy to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome, Mama.
Thank you for having me.
So, I want to get started. I'm so excited that you're here. So, how is it being on the Mayans? How is it being a mom? I want to know. Tell us.
In real life or mom on the show? Oh, that is pretty interesting. She's very far from the mother that I am in real life. Celia is a woman who has suffered a lot of pain. She has suffered a lot of trauma in her life. If you were to ask Celia who she is, she'll tell you she's, a survivor of the streets. But we know that as an actor doing the work, she's a victim of the streets, and the vices that she has endured, naturally, she has passed that on to her son Coco, which is brilliantly played by the actor Richard Cabral. And my granddaughter, who we later learn is actually his daughter and not his sister, Leticia. Her name is Leticia on the show, but is Amelito, a brilliant actress. So I pass on all these dysfunctions onto them because the social chain has not been broken. But she's a very interesting character. I love playing Celia.
So I like that you said the question is.
That's who she is. I did a lot of research as to, and she's older. She's not young. She's not your,
Right.
She's not a spring chicken where she's she's struggling to survive for maybe $10 so she can buy herself a can of beer and some cigarettes.
Wow.
This is how she's living.
How was the casting? I mean, that's so like.
I almost turned down this audition because
I wanted to ask you.
Yes. I did. When my agent sent it to me, first of all, I had never watched before. Now I have and love the show Sons of Anarchy that was created by Kurt Sutter. Brilliant show. But I was not familiar with it when I auditioned for it. And obviously, I didn't know what Mayans MC was. I was like, what is this? I knew it was a show, but I didn't know where, what, And they were very secretive. We weren't given a lot of information. So when I received the audition, I told my agent, I'm not going. I'm not doing this. And it's not that I'm passing judgment on everyone, because none of us have the right to pass judgments on anyone. But you have to be in a certain place in your life as an actor to be able to go there. And I wasn't too sure that I could really commit to someone, because you have, as an actor, you have some say, but not too much. If you take on the role, what's written on the page, you can talk to the directors and the writers. But there's so much that that you can say. And I didn't know that I was comfortable.
So how was the audition?
So what happened was that my agent said, just read the role, just read it. I read the role, and I think I must have cried for about 3 hours. I was so drawn to this woman's past, and the past wasn't there. It was just, I can tell. It just came from such a place of so much pain, and I likened her to. We all have family members that are affected and affected by drugs or alcohol, or suffer from mental illness and are ostracized by society and shunned. And that's what I saw. And then when I went to the audition, it was, it's funny because I went and I was dressed looking like a PTA mom, because I had just come from picking my kids up. Everybody was dressed up, in their character, and here I come with, cute, mom. And so the, the casting director was like, you're playing a prostitute, right? And I was like, yeah. And but I wanted to build a relationship with the casting director, because Wendy is a fantastic casting director, and I really wanted to do a good job just so that she can call me in for other things. And that's exactly what she says. She goes, oh my God, you're so fantastic. She was that went into that, and it was great.
So being on the set, how was that being over
they're a big bundle of love. The first table read was really nerve. My knees were knocking. First of all, when I first walked in, my first table read, my shoes broke.
What do you mean? Like
I had these big tacones. And I had to drag myself in there.
Was it like a heel, like a wedge, or like an actual heel?
When it was wedge, you know, it was like you know, it was
Yeah.
big, you know, big wedgies type of, you know, they weren't like heels, but they were. But you know, it's just like, man, I have to like now drag myself and not let anybody see this, you know. And then on top of that, you know, my son decided that he wasn't feeling well and wanted me to pick him up, and he's like, and I'm at the table already, and he's, you know, texting me, and I'm like, dude, man, I'm like, you know, and I wanted to do a good job, and you see, you know, Emilio Rivera was there, and Edward James Olmos was there, and Tony Plana was there, and Kurt Sutter was there, Elgin Jane, Norberto Balba, I mean, FX, everyone. I'm just like, oh my God, this is a room. But you know what? They were very welcoming. They were so loving and so, you know, just hospitable, and it was like sitting in the living room with familia. And that's how we become. It's become, you know, it's really, really a family affair.
That is why this show is so successful.
Yeah. Really is.
I have another question for you. So how do you balance your personal life as a mom, and work and everything that you do? I mean, you're such an amazing, just leader of the pack. I mean, how do you do that?
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know, I think it's a little easier for me now because my boys are a little older, and I'm able to sort of, you know, I have a son that's in high school, one's in middle school. When they were younger, it was, and my husband's a stand-up comedian. I mean, it was, you know, they come to work with me all the time, and
so is there anything that, like, for example, with your character, how do you, I mean, do you speak to them about it and kind of like,
you know,
are they allowed to watch it?
Oh yeah, my sons won't watch it. They won't watch it. It's too hard for them. However, my son, my oldest son, was, because they're actors as well. You know, they dabble.
Okay, so
they actually dabble in acting. They're not actors, but they do dabble. They like sports better. But my oldest son was the one that helped me with my audition, and he said to me, you know what, Mom, you're going to book this. And the sad thing about it is I'm not going to be able to tell any of my friends that you're on this show.
Oh, right.
Wow. So, you know, but he's proud, but he's like, I don't tell anybody, you know, I don't tell anybody. You know.